losing in the tie breaks, but still a great tournament for the Dutch. With white pieces, he's made his first move.
That's right, and we are going straight for your favourite opening, Kaya. Already there, the Sicilian Najdorf. And Jan Nepomniachtchi as black is one of the world's leading experts in this opening. Meanwhile, Anish Giri did record a video course for Chessable recently on this opening, and it was fascinating. In Tata Steel, in Vakanze, we saw Anish Giri play the opening with both colours, but he actually won a very nice game with white against Niels Grandelius, and Niels can challenge Magnus Carlsen.
Where Anish Giri is also, well, in the race. I think he's 1 point behind when the candidates of the tournament to decide the next person to face Magnus Carlsen in the World Championship will resume probably in April.
Yeah, David, going back to the point where you said you thought that the players were out of book, I can tell you there's only been one game in the whole of chess history in this line. And it's for me, it's quite interesting because we mentioned it before that Anish Giri works incredibly hard on his opening. He's very much one person who, if we were to compare to tennis, relies upon the serve. And so it's and you can see the way he's blitzing out the moves so quickly that he's in preparation here.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is Nepomniachtchi's main opening, but it still takes courage, right? Playing an opening line where you know your opponent is a huge expert, where they've recently spent a lot of time studying Anish Giri. He must have spent hundreds of hours on that video course just preparing the material, and Nepomniachtchi, he's just saying, okay, I'm going to use my expertise. You might have done your studying, you might have done your homework, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play into it and see.
Actually, writing or producing a material can be a double-edged sword, because you kind of amass this reputation that you're a big expert in this line, but at the same time, sometimes you forget what you've recommended. You've studied these games and these positions for such a long time, and you've gone into such detail that when someone surprises you with something, you're like, I have no idea.
There's no pressure to back it up, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, it does look like Anish Giri, he has seen this position before. He's played extremely quickly. After 12 moves, Anish has gained a minute on the clock compared to what he started with. Just pushing a pawn there. He's going to fianchetto both of his bishops. That means put the bishops on the longest possible diagonals.
advancing a pawn. I think he's desperately hoping for some pawn trades, just to distract Anish from the big plan. Hey, have a pawn if you want. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, I think Anish, he can even gobble up that pawn if he wants, or he can just ignore that pawn and step forward with his own pawn. Personally, I would do that. I'd step forward with my pawn, keep all my pawns connected. Yeah, I think Nepomniachtchi, that last move is played more out of inertia and frustration rather than any major plan to save the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Anish has done exactly what you suggested. It's the most logical move on the board. Yeah, we've kind of spoken about it, how there's not all pawns are equal. You have your protected pass pawns, that's the best one, and then you have pass pawns, and then you have these guys, the connected ones. And okay, Nepomniachtchi has quickly moved his rook to attack the pawn. I mean, the speed with which he plays, I mean, I think it's the correct decision in this particular position, but earlier on, way too quick.
And I mean, at a young age, I mentioned we've known each other for such a long time. I used to play in these youth competitions alongside Nepomniachtchi, alongside Vasiligraf, Karyakin, and also Magnus Carlsen. And actually, Nepomniachtchi shone far greater than all of us, to be honest. I mean, he outshone Magnus. He had a huge score against Carlsen in his young days, but somehow he's always played extremely fast, and in classical over-the-board chess, that does come back to bite him. But then again, it does help him sometimes in these rapid formats, and against lower-rated players, their speed sometimes scares them.
Exactly. I mean, I think since he's losing this game, you know, the best outcome for him will be a draw. I think it's probably a wise technique just to kind of speed it up, just to kind of put the pressure on your opponent. But
Look
okay,
at this. Yeah.
just look at those rooks. Beautiful.
These are the perfect rooks deep in the enemy camp, controlling everything, creating checkmating ideas. Nepomniachtchi, oh wow, he just resigned.
Oh, it's over.
It's over. There's literally nothing black can do. He's paralyzed. He just has to wait for white's rooks to come over and deliver checkmate eventually. And